So one of the biggest debates in spearfishing right now is roller versus conventional band. In spear guns, in pole spears, it seems to be one of the, I wouldn't call it controversial topics, but one of the most debated topics around right now. And at the end of the day, it comes down to personal preference. What I'm about to tell you isn't really based by hard data. We haven't done any testing to back this up. This is based on what we've seen in the water. It's based on personal preference, and it's based on feedback we get from hundreds of customers. And the biggest difference between a roller and a standard band is pretty obvious. With the standard band, you've got a loop of rubber, and I've shortened these Nomads down to 6 foot. When I do that, you can see that there's like 2.5 feet, just over 2 feet of band that's in a slack loop before I go to stretch it. So I've stretched it maybe about 28 inches to right there. It's not very hard to pull. But the roller, when you go to stretch it, you're essentially starting with maybe 4 or 5 inches of slack. So when you go to stretch it to the same distance, that's more than double the amount of band stretch. Now, obviously, as you make the pole spear longer, the percentage of band stretch that's different from standard to roller decreases. But at the end of the day, even if you're getting 10 or 20% more band stretch, it's going to give you a longer, smoother shot. That being said, a standard band feels punchier. When you let go, it feels like it just shoots that pole spear. And pole spear fires fast. However, it also slows down faster. As soon as you've reached this point, that pole spear stops moving. And that last 2.5, 3 feet, it's already slowing down. When you reach that point with the roller pole spear, you get to that same place, it's still speeding up. So you're gonna get 2.5 feet, maybe even 3 feet if you have a really big pole spear band, a 3 foot longer section of pole spear that you're still accelerating. That means 3 feet more range. On top of that, and again, this is not backed up by any data, this is my personal opinion, I find that if you were to let go of the pole spear and let it shoot, this band dragging behind the pole spear kind of does this little shake in the water, and you can see the pole spear just lose speed over the course of 1 to 2 feet. A little windy. The roller pole spear, and we've designed this bead to tuck in flush with the roller, that folds back. This thing right here is a lot more streamlined, and I think it shoots another 1 or 2 feet further than a standard band. Again, it's not backed up by any kind of testing. That's just what I've felt in the field. So you combine that band stretch difference with the difference in streamlining, and you're gonna get 2, 3, 4 feet more range. If you're shooting fish up in a hole at close range, I'd probably stick with a standard band, because as soon as you let go, you've got really good impact. If you're trying to get more range out of the spear, you're going for longer shots on mutton snapper, you're going for any kind of pelagic fish, anything out in the wide open where you want to take a 7, 8, 9 foot, 10 foot, 11 foot shot, maybe even a little further possibly, I would definitely recommend the roller. The roller also lends itself to using a float line. It's a lot cleaner connection with the float line. Let's see what else. Another thing, and this took me a long time to kind of get over this hurdle. I've used a pole spear for a long time, and I'm used to hunting with my hand right here. I swim around. Even if I'm swimming around holding the pole spear from the front, I can just kind of see a fish and reach back and grab this and bring it up and have a hand comfortably here. And now this is a shorter pole spear than I'm used to using, but imagine this was a 9-footer. I'm holding the pole spear here, and I can, in one quick motion, as I'm diving down, whether I want to preload at the surface or wait till I hit the bottom, I can, without thinking about it, go from here to fully load it up to wherever the grip would be in one motion. That's because I've got an extra 2.5 feet of stretch right there, 2.5 feet of reach. When you start using a 9-foot roller, even 8-foot roller or longer, when you're holding a grip that's, say, up here, you can't reach that the hand loop the way you could on a standard band. And when your hand's in it, you can't just hold it easily. You're stretched out, and it's almost like a two motion load where you have your hand here and the majority of the spear is now in front of you, where you want to bring this up to a position here where you've got some tension, and now you can hold the front of the spear and bring it up to wherever the main grip would be. So it's a two-step motion to load it. To be honest, when I first started playing around with roller pole spears, I used a couple different versions. I hated that. It really screwed up my dive. It messed up my hunting. I found it harder to stock fish that are a little more difficult to stock, like mutton snapper. It's taken some getting used to. Once you get used to it and you figure out that you need to have that band pre-stretched, and you can even put an intermediate grip on the pole spear so you can hold it easily, halfway loaded, then it becomes just as easy to use as a standard band. And that's when I think the roller spear, for its speed, or for its range, for its compact design, for its ease of use of the float line, I think the roller does kind of outweigh the standard band. But you know, it really depends on what you're going for. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to shoot us an email. All our contact info is on our website, headhunterspearfishing.com, or you can always stop by our factory showroom in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.